What's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com. This is going to be a short video. I want to go over some things that was just made aware of from a banking perspective, from banks, because I bought a building that used to be a U.S. bank building.
New visitor.
Excuse me, my computer's speaking here. I'm still getting the newsletter from the Wisconsin Banking Association. So I'm going to just keep having this come in to me, and I'm going to start talking about it. This is the first time I got it. I don't know if they publish this every 6 months or maybe once a year. At my other office building that I own, it used to be a clinic for women, and I would always get information on how they're helping women in the community. And I had, even though they had moved all the way really across town, I would still allow that information to come into my office. And I just told my employees when someone came in, because a lot of women had knew about that location, I would still just put the information there and just pass it to them, and also get them the new address. But let that information come in so we could just at least give it to them, and then we will give them the new address, that we didn't just say, it's not here anymore. So with the bank one, something that caught my attention was the branches on wheels, a different kind of mobile banking. So this is going to be kind of exciting and unique, because one of the things that I've found, especially in certain communities, is that the banks, number one, they're having hard times staffing. One of my branches, Chase, that I go to in Milwaukee, it was actually closed a couple of times that I went there. And I was like, what the hell is this? The bank is closed. And then I walked up to it, and it had due to staffing. And I was like, man, a bank won't pay people more money to be able to make sure that they staff the place. So it had here, and they had a little truck there, I thought it was a food truck at first. So they had this little banking where it's going to be like driving around the city, I guess, and posting up. I don't know how it's going to work, or is it going to be like an ATM, and then maybe they have a teller inside? I don't know. But they didn't really go into too much detail about that. But they said that they are going to be moving around, and this one is PNC Bank branch, PNC Bank, and it said U.S. Bank is also going to have some. So I guess the bank that was here. Another thing that caught my attention was they are student loan scams. This is a department that if I was to get the right employee to handle this is something that a lot of people that we see with the credit repair, they have a need for this. And there are solutions for student loans. Some of them have to deal with, if you, I'll just some quick off of my head that we've actually helped people with. If you are in any kind of public service, obviously like a police, teacher, if you work in a hospital in a certain area, like a low income area, you can get your student loans forgiven, but you have to pay, I believe it's 10 years on them, and then you can get them forgiven. But the thing about it that people don't even understand is that you can actually pay on them based on your income. And some of the ones that we've done for clients, they've been like $8 a month. You just have to make $8 a month, and they will take them out of collections when you do that. So you can check with your servicer to see how you can do that. And also, I'm going to be making a pretty soon. I don't want to promise when, but hiring someone that will do this, because it's a lot of paperwork. That's why people just don't do it. They're just like, I don't have time. I got to work. I'm tired, and I don't want to go back and forth with this paperwork. So this is going to be something that we're going to talk about. But they're talking about here with the beginning May 1st, 2022. It looks like the student loans are going to be the deferment of the payments is going to stop, and people are going to have to start making them. And they're telling people to watch out for student loan repayment scams, saying, where they're asking for your personal information without really proving that they're in the business to do this, claiming false partnerships with the Department of Education. No one is really partnering with the Department of Education other than the collectors or the servicers or the lenders, making false promises that they can make the debt go away. That's a promise that you can't make. It's either going to be worked out one of two ways. Either it's going to be forgiven totally if you have a doctor's information that you're going to be disabled, permanently disabled. That way it can. They did bring that back. Also, if you're a public servant, I think you pay 10 years. They might have revised that. Don't quote me on it, but you can get them forgiven. And then for everyone, you can get on an income-based repayment program if you haven't already done it before, where you can consolidate everything and then it could be on an income repayment program. And they said that once you consolidate once, you can't consolidate again. Also, the banking community, and again, just in case you got to the video, I don't know how at this point in the middle, this is a newsletter that's from the Wisconsin Banking Association. So this would have went to a banker, not to someone like me, but because I bought this bank location, I'm still getting correspondence, and I think it'll be valuable information that I share it with you, because this is like the direction of what banking is doing. Because a lot of people are not bankable. A lot of people, they said over 40 million people cannot get a bank account the way that either their credit or they had some issues with their accounts. And so banks are like, hey, they're stating it right here in this this article that they need to start training the youth on getting bank accounts, because a lot of people are just skipping and not really using banks like they used to. So they have an article here. Hey, this is designed for teenagers, 13 years old to 17 years old. We got to start teaching them and bringing them in to getting their parents to having them want them to open accounts at our branch and having them get used to using it. And they said here, which is going to kind of take away a lot of people, is that they want to have kids get established with an account for $250 and no maximums. This is crazy. There's some adults that have trouble getting $250 to establish an account. But this is what they're wanting to do, and they want to get them a secure credit card as a starting point for teaching them how to utilize that card. The next one here, which I kind of circled, which actually happened to my company not too long ago, was a fake check scams. And these are still hitting people hard. It says here, fake check scams continue to target customers who are evolving. Target customers, and they are evolving. Unfortunately, most victims have little to no ability to repay their bank when the account becomes overdrawn. Many scams purportedly involve work from home job assignments, automobile wrap advertisements, overpayments on items listed for sale, and legal settlements. Although scams may differ, the anatomy remains the same. And then it says here, fraudsters often seek out victims through robocalls, email solicitations, online job board. Well, we got sounds coming here. Online job boards, classified ads, and various social media platforms. Some even purchase lists from people who have previously scammed to target them for other offers. But now this is from the banking perspective. What they're saying from the banking perspective is that so someone comes into the bank, and this is where some issues come about. We saw what happened with the director of the director of Black Panther, the movie director. He went there, I think, to get I don't know if it was $15,000 or $50,000. He went to withdraw it, had a check for it, and for some reason they thought he was there to rob the bank. I don't know. It's not 100% clear, but it all got resolved. And but what they're stating here is that when in doubt, it's best not to accept the check and follow your bank's procedures on suspicious account activity. Um, this is like one of those gray areas. This is one of those gray areas because I know if I walk into my bank, and I've actually done this before, and I said this was a long time ago when I don't know, I guess it was a Floyd Mayweather moment that I had. When I had years ago when I had did a flip of a property, I had made I think I made $129,000 on that property profit, $129,000. And what I did is I went to the bank and I did deposit the check, but then I went back to the bank and I said I want to get $100,000 out. I just said I want $100,000. They said you have to go to the downtown branch to get that amount. We don't hold that amount at our location, and you have to actually you have to place an order. So you don't just walk into a bank and you just say I want $100,000, or like Floyd, I want 300,000 or $1,000,000. You have to actually place an order. And the weird thing about it is that they're going to charge you. I didn't really like that. They charge you as a business to put money in when they count in cash, and they also charge you when you're pulling money out. There's a counter charge. But they were like, well, what do you want to do with that? It's my money. You're asking me what I want to do with my money? I want to do with it what I want to do with it. It's up to me what I want to do with it. But I said, I want to withdraw $100,000. So they took me into the one room. I had a person there with me and they counted it. But I can see some issues with this. Like, let's just say I went to the bank. I had the check from the title company and I said, I want to cash this check and I want to get the money. And I have over $100,000 in my account, but they probably would have gave it to me because I had the money to back it up there. But let's just say an individual doesn't have $100,000 in their account, and they take $100,000 check, and they say, I just want to get my money. I just want to get the money. It's owed to me. I'm having a Floyd Mayweather moment where I just want to get my money. And the thing about it is that when you have the ability to get where you've earned that money, there are times where you want to touch your money. You don't want to just see it in an account. I mean, I'm just being real with you. I'm being real with you. And I'm pretty sure every one of you, if you got a check for $100,000, say you would want to go shopping, you might want to just take a stack of cash and go shopping. Like, you don't even want to use a card. It makes you want to have a certain feeling. And I wasn't gonna go shopping with the money, but I wanted to get my money and put it in a place that I might want to put it. But they're saying that when in doubt, it's best not to accept the check and follow your bank's procedures on suspicious activity. That's wide open. That could be the way a person looks. That could be if you're not familiar with that individual. It could be a lot of things. I think they're going to be having some trouble with that. Talking about some banks that are been acquired. You've noticed some banking banks have changed their names or been bought by other banks. I think Bank of the West is one, and also Huntington Bank was also, I think they took over a lot of the TCF banks. Let's see if there's anything else in here that I had put a note on. There wasn't anything else. They had a lot of people got promotions, banks making a lot of donations and stuff. And they're also advertising for people to go into banking. So that's that. I just want to make you aware of some of that stuff. That's just some good information that you should know about. If you find yourself, especially where you've had, lost your account due to having a check fraud, there are some things that we can help you with here at the Credit Repair Shop to kind of help you maybe be able to get an account in the future. I'm pretty sure that bank is not going to want to deal with you unless you're able to put that money back in there from the fraudulent check. Also, watch out for that. That had actually happened to my wife and I years ago in the 90s. I mean, this scam has been around for a long, long time. Where we used to be in the horse business, and a person, called. My wife was always selling horses, and this individual called and they said they wanted to buy the horse. They must have seen one of the ads, and they sent the check, and then they were like, hey, they want us to send back a certain amount. We said, no. That's not good. You need to make the arrangements to get the horse, and the money you might have overpaid, but we'll take care of that when we get ready to ship the horse and make sure all of this was good. And then like a week later, it took a week to come back. Then they said that the check was bad and that they wanted that money back in the bank, which we had to do. So we would have been scammed with that. And we could have lost the horse. I don't think that they were ever going to come and pick up the horse. But you never know. And since then, there's been plenty of people who have tried to play that scam. One tried to play it with my advertising business, where they wanted us to do some work for graphic design work, and then they were going to send us a check, and so the scam is just the same baseline, like they said in the article. The basis of the scam is the same. It's just that they use it they go to different industries or different situations. That's what changes, and they're able to scam people that may not be alert with it. And I admit, with the graphic design one, it kind of caught me, because people do come to us to design stuff, but the way that it was done, not willing to talk to someone, I was like, this is a scam. All right, if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, where you can see our 8-point validation process and my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com. Links are below this video. If you have debt collectors coming after you, you can use one of my 3 letters. I give them to you for free below this video. The cease and desist collection activities letter for debt that is past the time barred limit or the statute of limitations. They're both the same thing, just different terms. In my cease and desist collection activities letter, which will make the debt collector make sure they have everything that they need to come after you for that debt. And my debt validation letter, so you can have that back and forth fight with the debt collector to make sure that they have everything and that they know that you're not going to just let this pass. And usually one of those will get them to stop coming after you for it. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel. Please post your comments and questions. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. Thank you.